defensive tackles in there. I won't talk a whole lot about the matchups, but we also have different outside rushers. We have guys that are more power, guys that are more speed, and we're going to try to use all those guys in different roles. And, just a little bit like a pitcher with different pitches, just keep throwing different things out there and keep them fresh and keep them in good position to, sort of wear out the opponent. The one constant on pretty much any third down that we'll have, 95 will be out there. But after that, we'll have a lot of different things. And, I think that all those guys deserve chances. They've all shown that they can win. They all have a little different skill set, and I think that'll benefit us.
Carson has been making such a big impact throughout the summer. Now looking into week one, he wore the green dot in the preseason, in training camp. What makes him ready for the moment to step in there and be a leader as a rookie?
Yeah, I mean, I'd sort of flip that question around and say what makes him not capable of doing that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just every hurdle we've given him, he's jumped. He hasn't batted an eye. He has great instincts. He has great eyes for the football. Leads our defense in interceptions through training camp and, things like that. He's just wired to the ball. He's big. He's physical. Green dot, relaying the call. I think we might overestimate like that. But his play and his communication and those kind of things are going to be what sort of creates his leadership on the field.
You laid eyes on Huntington. Did you think he could make this team, or did he surprise you that he made it?
No, I mean, it doesn't surprise me because he had what we're looking for, which is movement skills at the defensive tackle. I watched his pro day from Tulane. One of our scouts brought it to us, Heidas, and you saw a powerful guy that could run in 4.6s. He's a little bit shorter, but there's been some of those guys. But he was playing as like a base defensive end, sort of 5 technique, and you had to sort of project his skill set to our defense, but we liked him inside. Just watched a couple plays. He played with great effort, played with speed, and made a big point to get him after the draft. So hats off to those guys. But early on there was a really steep learning curve because he was playing inside really for the first time, as opposed to just playing a 3-4 defensive end. But once he got it, he played with great effort, plays with great speed. Like I said, our speed up front, our movement skills up front is so much improved, and Aiden's a part of that. Plus, he can do stuff on special teams too, and that's a huge bonus to us. Those guys, Joe Tryon and Cam Thomas and Alex, and in the past, Sam Kamara has done those kind of things for us. Mike Hall did some of that for us last year. Those big guys that can run not only help us on defense, but they might be able to save some first downs, covering kicks and covering punts.
What was Greg doing in his return to starting cornerback and being on the outside at least some? Was he looking?
Yeah, it's been seamless for him because he's played a lot outside over the last couple of years anyway. So it's a little bit more just sort of full time out there, but. He's a quality player for us. Brings a lot of energy to us. Being on the opposite side of Denzel. You're going to have some chances for some passes. He's made some big plays for us. Just in general, our secondary really needs to play well. We need to play tight enough coverage to negate some of the free access, quick throws that Burrow uses, but then also we got to win a lot of one-on-ones. When you give him one-on-ones, he trusts those receivers, and it doesn't matter if it's Jamar Chase. It could be Gesicki. It could be Yoshivas. It could be any of those guys. Burton. If you're on the field, he trusts you, and he's going to throw it on those one-on-ones. So, a lot of people look at that matchup up front as being key to this game. that matchup outside is just as key. Not number one, defending the pass, but then number two, getting those guys tackled. Because Jamar Chase is, once he gets the ball in his hand, he's like a running back, very, very strong. Higgins is a strong runner after the catch too. So we have a lot of respect for those guys. It's going to go hand in hand. Hopefully our pass rush can help our defensive backs by making the ball come out a little bit quicker than they want it to, and hopefully our defensive backs can make the quarterback hold the ball a little bit longer than he wants to, and buy some time for our rush.
You said that Carson has cleared every hurdle. I don't know if you ever had any reservations about handing him as much responsibility as you're giving him. Did he put you at ease at any point this summer, though, just in the way he was taking things on?
I've had a lot. Like I said, when I was at Buffalo, I had a rookie, Preston Brown, that was similar. He was a third or fourth round draft pick. I can't remember which. Played almost every snap on defense. That guy had led the NFL in tackles for 3 years in a row. But he just had a similar demeanor, and nothing was too big for him. Went out and just did his job, earned the respect of the other players. It's one thing earning the respect of your position coach. It's earning the respect and the trust of your coordinator. But just as important than that is earning the trust of your teammates. And I know our guys have a lot of trust in him because of what he's done on the field and in the classroom. And, I was haunting the hallways here late one night and looking for some snacks, and went into the linebacker room, and he was in there watching film. So it just that kind of stuff earns your trust, not just as a coach, but also as a teammate.
From 1 to 10, you kept 10 D linemen. Is that your strongest group in your 3 years?
Well, yeah, we'll see, right? But I think they have the makings of that. I think one of the biggest things is we're able to play a true form of attack now because of those. And we have improved players. I think Isaiah McGuire had a good year last year. I think he's improved over that. Alex is as good as I've seen him. Guys like Cam, adding Joe Tryon, a lot of speed there. Defensive tackles, getting some young blood in there. I think we have the makings of it, but when it's all said and done, we got to prove it on the field. I like where we're going, but let's not crown them just yet. Okay, all right, guys.